Here we are at our 2019 Tahoe LTZ 2485 CR rental Tritoon for sale here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. This has been in a rental fleet since 2019, and it is being retired from that rental fleet and put up for sale with us. And I'll refer you to our website, www.yournewboat.com, to find the current asking price. We won't mention those in video tours because they will often change until a listing is sold. This one is being sold without a trailer, but we can get you a trailer at our cost if you need one. We can work with you to have it transported to you. And we've got, you know, we can recommend options if you're shipping it a large distance, or work with you to have it delivered to you if you're shipping it here locally in the East Tennessee or surrounding area. So we're here for the video walkthrough tour. This is powered by a Suzuki 140 horsepower 4-stroke outboard motor. There is right around 658 engine hours on it. We'll probably list it as 660. And yes, this is a Tritoon, not your standard pontoon. So with this power package and the 3 pontoons, you should see a cruise or a top speed in the low 30-mile-per-hour range. Probably same engine and a standard pontoon without the center pontoon, you're probably in the low 20s, maybe mid 20s. Those are 25-inch diameter pontoons. This one's rated for 12 people. We've been selling the Tahoe pontoons out of the rental fleet programs for a few years now. There's a handful of things I really like about them. Number one is the deck on this one comes right out over that center pontoon. You can see just your little bit of that splash guard from this pontoon just barely coming out from under the deck. And what that ends up doing is really protecting those the front part of the pontoons from impacts against docks and things like that from having inexperienced drivers handling these boats. There is a little bit of a dent on the corner of this pontoon down near the water line. And of course, whenever I'm done walking through the interior, I'll do another walkthrough and try to get you a close look at everything so you can see any noticeable wear and tear. We try to show you all that as accurately as possible. You've got these kind of quick release fender holders for your bumpers, and those kind of pull right on and pull right off. As you can see, there is a Bimini top. There's also a storage boot for that Bimini top, so whenever it's folded back, it can be stowed away. And we've got, essentially, instead of a full mooring cover, we have individual sections canvas seat covers, which is probably my favorite option for covering pontoon boat, because what that will allow you to do is, and if we get close, you'll see we've got some snaps down on the floor here, and that's where those different seat covers are kind of secured in place. So it's really convenient, so that if just one person hopping in the boat and going from point A to point B, not necessarily loading it up with other passengers and gear, you know, you don't have to take the whole mooring cover off. So it's actually quite nice. We've got, of course, the roto molded plastic seat bases. We've got 2 cup holders built into your front lounge seats. And let me go ahead and step on through here. We've got the luxury woven vinyl flooring. Storage under all the seats, of course. Got 3 entry gates. You've got one on the port side, one off the stern of the boat, and your widest one's up here off the bow in the center. Here's your captain seat. You've got dual armrest, and that seat will swivel. It's got tilt steering wheel here at your driver's console or your helm. And we've got an Infinity AM FM Bluetooth auxiliary input stereo. There's 4 stereo speakers on this one. and we have function tested, and all 4 of those stereos are operable, or working properly. Engine trim gauge. Here's your tachometer with the digital hour meter display. Again, that's showing, if that shows up, that's 657.2 engine hours. We'll round that up to 660 for our web listing. Battery voltmeter, fuel gauge, and then you've also got a engine alarm gauge. That's going to warn you if you've got high engine temperature, low oil pressure, if you hit the rev limiter, and then also it's basically just got a check engine light, what you would have in a car. If it's, you know, something goes wrong, if it tripped an error code or anything like that. Functional horn, nav lights, and then here's your stereo power switch. That'll turn your stereo on and cut power to it. And we also function tested those navigation lights, and your running lights up on the front, your red and your green running lights, they worked. This one needs a new anchor light bulb for your anchor light. Courtesy light there, right there on the side of the helm that you saw me do, and then we've got another one overhead here on the Bimini top. Oh, I think the nav lights have to be on, yeah, for that to come on. So you kind of got a cutoff switch for it. So again, rated for 12 here. Show you underneath these seats. You've basically got an aluminum support frame underneath these seats, which kind of makes your storage accessibility and availability a little bit larger than usual. It does get a little dirty down there. Seat backs raise up here and here. And then again, there's a nice large storage compartment here, as well as up here on the front. That's one of those seat covers in there. There's also a table that has not been mounted. So you're gonna have a table and a post, but those just were not used with part of the rental programs. They never mounted that base. You'd have an option of where you want it to include the mount for that. And then one other thing about this rental fleet that I really like is this. Now this is a large storage compartment, but it is also pop-up changing room compatible. If you're someone that must have a changing room on your boat, then you can definitely add, basically they'll make a kit that will attach to this seat back. It'll be a frame and canvas that will just fold right up from there. And then it all kind of folds away in here. So that's a nice option that some people are looking for whenever they're in the market for a pontoon or a tritoon. Walk through right out here to your swim deck. You've got a ski tow bar and a 4-step swim boarding ladder. This one's got a 38-gallon fuel tank that's kind of integrated into this center pontoon. And one last storage compartment here, and this is where your battery is. The battery cover goes over top of that, but that also can be used for storage. We've got 5 cup holders on this one. You got a pair of stainless cup holders back here, a pair in the bow, one at your driver's seat, or just below your driver's seat actually. This is just, I measured a little bit larger than 8.5 foot wide. Came in about 8 foot 7 inches wide. Standard beam's about 8'6". Your length overall with the outboard motor, I think, is about 26 feet. You've got about a 23-foot length on deck, which is basically going from basically your walking surface. It's going to go from right here all the way up to the bow. That's about 23. This one's probably rated as a 24 LOA, and that measurement's going to be going from the transom, basically where your outboard motor mounts, all the way up to the bow. So about a 24 LOA. But again, if you're somewhere trying to get this in a storage facility, or if you've got to be fully contained in your slip at your local marina, you got about 26 LOA, and that's with the motor in the down position. So now we're going to do a little bit of a close-up of any wear and tear we've noticed. And I'm going to start right up here at your Bimini top. You've just got a little bit of a bent Bimini mount. Seems to be functioning fine, and I've noticed one little slight rip there, and another one just right over here. The vinyl upholstery in this, and this is something that I've been impressed with Tahoe versus some of the other manufacturers. Their upholstery really seems to be a good quality. Even in the rental fleet boats, we don't see a lot of rips and tears. I've got a little bit of staining in a few areas, so that's one. This has been detailed, so chances are the stains that you're seeing now are not going to come out. But again, I have not noticed any rips and tears. There's a little bit of a scratch on this armrest, probably from where this armrest has been taken up and down, but that is not actually torn through the vinyl. And that's just something that you get from having a little bit of a higher grade vinyl that's used in your upholstery work. A few little marks around these seat bases. And I'll get up close here. I don't think I noticed anything up in these large lounge seats. I raised that earlier. There's some of your seat covers, and then again that's your pole and your table mount. Another stain right up here on this part of the lounge seat. All right, so now we're gonna do a walk around of the exterior. I'm trying to get up nice and close for you. Corner plates, if any of these were damaged, they were replaced. There's a little bit of a dent on that side of this, the rear of this pontoon. That was another one that had a small little impact near the bow of it. And let's see here. A few scratches on the fencing around the edges. This is very typical of what you're going to find in any of our rental fleet pontoons. A few little dents, dings, or scratches along those aluminum panels. And that's one of the beauties of the pontoons, very low maintenance. You're not doing structural harm to this. They basically meaning they can take a few bumps here and there. You're not talking about having to do fiberglass work just to keep moisture from seeping in. So, and that combined with the 4-stroke outboard motor can really make for a low maintenance boat ownership. Let me get a little bit closer on this side over here. And I'll keep this going through to the back of the boat. Rubber rails just coming out just a little bit right there around that this cleat that's kind of built in. Just that rubber actually will get popped into that little insert there. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. And a few little scratches back here on this back corner plate, but again the plate is intact. I noticed just a slight little mark on that seat, and then here's that corner plate I was just referencing, some scratches there. They can certainly take it. So that's going to start to wrap things up. I think I mentioned that C-Star hydraulic steering for that 4-stroke outboard. I kind of just put it catty-cornered in this slip so I could get you a good view down both sides of the boat and the pontoons. And one last time, I'll refer you to the website for more details, current asking price, and to contact us. We don't monitor the YouTube comment page. If you're watching this video, if you haven't been to the website yet, it's very easy to navigate. If you open up a new tab or web browser, type in www.yournewboat.com. Let that load. You're going to see some orange lettering. That means you're at the right place. There's a Find Your New Boat button in the top left-hand corner of the page. When you click the Find Your New Boat button, it's going to show you all of our inventory and order price. All you got to do is scroll down until you get to the 2019 Tahoe LTZ 2485CR Tritoon. You'll see the asking price right there. You'll probably see a photo of it from this angle or the other side. You'll be able to click into the listing, view a lot of photos of it, see the full list of specifications on it. You know, all the LOA, the beam, I'll have the dry weight listed there, I'll have the engine hours listed there. And then of course you'll be able to contact us by phone, by text, or by email there at the website. All of our contact info is all over the place. You can reach out to us by phone, by text, by email. If you ever get our voicemail and would like a return phone call, just make sure you leave a message, because I'm often in areas without cell phone reception, so if you do not leave a message, I'll have no idea that you called. leave me a detailed message. Let me know which boat you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as I get back in cell phone range, I'll be returning your call and can have all those questions answered for you. And again, this is the 2019 Tahoe LTZ 2485 CR rental Tritoon for sale. And right about now, you'll see the yournewboat.com logo pop up in the top right-hand corner of your screen. And that is just a shortcut if you'd like to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just click that link up there in the top right-hand corner. That'll subscribe you to our YouTube channel. You'll be notified anytime we post a new video, a new listing in the Norris Lake or surrounding area. Never know what we'll have. Could be a pontoon, tritoon, ski boat, cruiser, houseboat, floating cabin. And I thank you very much for joining us today.